seldomly did we have a lesson. Very seldomly did we listen to Mel. Okay? This happening when Mel was here downstairs would not have happened. Okay? Because we were brats. And I do appreciate you guys listening to me, because it wasn't always this way. Okay? But you know the time when this youth group started just to go shoot through the roof in growth? It was when we started to get serious. It wasn't when Mel and John, our youth leaders at the time, started to get serious. But it was when you guys started to get serious. Us older guys, Zach and Seth and Doe and G and Tony and James, were just like, you know what? We want to learn about Christ. We don't want to just sit here and play basketball because we get tired and it's boring. Okay? It gets old after a while. John intrigued us, and we wanted to learn from him. We wanted to listen. We wanted to do worship songs. Okay? Before long, we couldn't fit downstairs anymore. That's why we're up here. Okay? We can't fit this many people in one of those rooms. So we took over the sanctuary, and the old people are downstairs now. That's cool. All right? That's awesome. God is using this youth group because you guys care. You guys are allowing him into your lives, and by that, he's creating opportunities for you to bring people here. Okay? That's really cool. A lot of us wonder, your friends might wonder, well, why isn't my youth group as big as this youth group is? Or why isn't my church as big as this church is? It's not about it's not about location. It's not about how rich that church is, right? It's not even about how cool the youth leader is, okay? It's about the commitment and the dedication of the people of that church. If you want to see how a church is doing, don't look at its walls. Look at what's inside the walls. Look at its people. That's the most important part. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's so important to understand that. Okay? And what I want to talk for a little bit about is the right way to promote church growth and the wrong way to promote church growth. Okay? Because as great as growth is, and as great as important as it is for us to go out there and to preach the gospel and to try to get people here, to try to talk to people about Christ, to try to bring people to church, I really do think that there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. Okay? There's a way that is a healthy way to do it, and there's an unhealthy way to do it that will turn people away. As much as you think you may be helping them, you are turning them away. Real quick.
Well, with what we were saying before, which church would be considered greater, what kind of church? You can look at it as two warring countries. If one country just sitting back like, I'll deal with it when it gets here, nothing to worry about, they can't get to us. Other countries sitting there, building up everything they have, getting everything ready, and they finally launch the attack. They're coming in with tanks, jeeps, and everything. The other guys are like, oh crud! They flip over a table and start loading a semi. Who's gonna have more success?
Anyway, I want to split us into groups, and we need to do this real quick because it's way late already because we were fooling around. What I want to do is we're going to take these first two rows. You guys are going to be a group. Middle two rows, you guys are going to be a group. That row, you'll be your group, and the back row, you'll be your own group. Listen up. Don't move. Setz dich auf den Stuhl.
What?
Sit in your chair. Scare that kid. All right, come on, real quick. You have two things to answer, okay? You have two questions to answer. You're going to get literally about 5 minutes to do it, okay? 5 minutes. The first question to answer. Oh, man, one of my professors does that all the time. She's like, it was worth 4 points. She's like a 60-year-old college professor. She's the department chair of the education department, and she can't do that. Anyway, you have 2 questions to answer. 2, okay? That's 2. Don't ignore the thumb, all right? You got 2 questions to answer. The first question are, what is a healthy way? What is? Sorry, I'm a history major. What are good ways to promote church growth, okay, in terms of people? What are some good ways, some good strategies to bring people to church, specifically this youth group, Okay? It can be in an individual sense, as in you're doing something, or in a group sense, as in a whole group is doing something. Do you understand that? What are some ways and strategies to bring people to youth group? Good ways and strategies. Biblically sound. Okay? They make sense. They're not mean. Okay? And the second question is what? What are some ways that are not so smart? What are some strategies that you shouldn't do, which may get people to church, okay? But it's not a good way to do it. It's not biblically sound. I'll give you an example. Throwing somebody in a Jeep and bringing them here. Okay? That's an example. Okay? That's a pretty right-wing, that's a pretty radical example, but do you get it? Does anyone have any questions? You got 5 minutes. Go do it right away, and I'm going to